Hi everybody, Chad Frick with another installment of Nothing Happens Without a Plan. I'd like to share a conversation I had about a week ago with a very successful business owner, a friend of mine. He was telling me about a particular situation he was having with one of his businesses and how much stress it was creating in his life. So he asked me, how do I manage stress? I had to laugh and I told him I was probably the worst person to take advice from about managing stress. I have let stress creep into my life so many times. I've let it consume me. I've let it consume my personal life, my business life. I've let it dictate my decisions and my thought processes, and most of them have not been the most positive. But I did tell him that I felt that anybody can manage it if you know where it's coming from. And I told him I was also working very hard on doing that personally. What I have done is I've really sat down and found the things in my life that causes stress. I basically put them into two categories. The category of the stresses that I can't control and the ones that I can. Then I've went through and I've prioritized those. Which ones cause the greatest stress to the least. And then I start working on them. I start putting a plan together on how to, one, either lessen the stress from them situations or how to remove them altogether. I've been in situations where the stress has been so high and I have consciously known I have needed to remove myself from those situations, but pride and determination sometimes keeps us from doing that. So I can relate to those people that just keep pushing ahead. But sometimes you have to stop and you have to determine if it's worth it or not. The biggest thing I think I can tell him is the ones that you can control, try to minimize them or remove them altogether. And the only way you can do that is to identify them, make a plan, and get rid of them. The ones that you can't control, which we all have, and you will always have stresses in your life that you cannot control. But you need to decide if those are ones worth living with, and if they are, then you need to put a plan together on how to minimize the stress on those as well. I greatly appreciate the question. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to share the answer with you. There is no silver bullet. There is not one thing that you can do. But I want each and every one of you to know that we all carry stress. We all carry it like baggage. But we need to identify it, recognize it, put a plan together to do something about it. And trust me, I'm taking my own advice on this one. Thank you for the questions. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep those questions coming. And remember, the only thing stopping in between you and where you want to be is the plan. I'm Chad Frick. Have a wonderful day.